Phil? Hey, Phil? Phil? Phil Connors? Phil Connors, I thought that was you. Ned! Ryerson!
Howdy, welcome to Hang the Critic with Josh Paul. I'm Josh Paul and this is Hang the Critic. When I say the name Harold Ramis, many of you would probably go, who? But if you looked him up on Google Images, you go, oh, he's the guy from Ghostbusters. He played Egon Spengler from Ghostbusters. Yes, he did. And he did an amazing job as Egon Spengler. One of my personal favorite of the Ghostbusters.
Do you have any hobbies?
I collect spores, molds, and fungus.
But what many people don't realize is that not only was he a Ghostbuster, but he was one of the writers on the film Ghostbusters. And after Ghostbusters, he went on to make some of the funniest comedy classics in the history of cinema. First off, let's talk about Groundhog Day. Now, if you haven't seen Groundhog Day, what are you doing here? Go and watch Groundhog Day. It is one of the most uniquely funny, yet meaningful and insightful comedy films ever made. It's largely due to a brilliant lead performance from Bill Murray, who manages time and again, really, to make a character who's so despicable and so horrible and mean to everybody still feel very endearing. You want good things for him, and as the transition to becoming a better person feels natural, you're with him all the way through the story. But more than that, it's based on one of the most original but simplistic concepts. It's like an episode of The Twilight Zone. The amount that they achieve running on just the one base concept of a guy who has to live the same day an infinite amount of times until he gets it right.
Phil? Phil? Hey, Phil Connors!
Ned?
First off, let's talk about Groundhog Day. Now, if you haven't seen Groundhog Day, what are you doing here? Go and watch Groundhog Day. You know, many people know Groundhog Day and many people think of it very fondly, but they don't realize that Harold Ramis was the guy who not only directed but developed the idea for Groundhog Day. And he didn't stop there. Analyze this and analyze that. Again, such a brilliant concept of a mob boss, feared and respected, having a panic attack and having to seek counseling. Robert De Niro and Billy Crystal, they just have an excellent comedic rapport. And I've always said, and I will continue to say, that I prefer Robert De Niro's comedic roles to his dramatic roles. I think he's brilliant in dramatic roles. And it comes largely from the way he's perceived. Sinister and serious man, saying things like,
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
He's got a flair for comedy, and I've always said that about him. But yeah, so many brilliant moments, so many one-liners, and laugh out loud moments, and analyze this and analyze that. I prefer Analyze This, but they're both good. Analyze That has its issues, but it's still a uniquely funny movie. You're very good, you're very good. You got a gift. Yes, you do. Yeah, hey. Yes, you do. Exactly the kind of thing that you would expect from Harold Ramis. It's almost intellectual comedy. It's not highbrow, but there's an observation and a depth to it. You appreciate that.
Oh, now you're gonna tell me it was a suicide?
I think he left a note. Shelley, did they find that note?
No, but they will in a minute.
Oh, let me guess what it says. Life is bullshit. I can't take it no more. Signed, the dead guy.
Hey, that's good, Doc.
Loki, come here. This is the Loki boy. Say hi. Say hi. A lesser known Harold Ramis film, but still brilliant, is Multiplicity. Multiplicity didn't do as well as Groundhog Day and Analyze This and Analyze That, but I still love it. Again, largely due to the performance of Michael Keaton in the lead role. If you don't know, it's about a man overrun with work and family, so he decides to clone himself. And it's such a bizarre, out there concept, but that kind of works in its favor, because when you have that as a concept, You can get away with more things. We're not working from a place of reality. We're living in a, fanciful notion. After watching things like Birdman or Spotlight, if you needed further confirmation of the brilliant acting skills of Michael Keaton, watch Multiplicity. In all the scenes where he's playing 4 different characters, you completely forget that this is Michael Keaton composited 4 times into the same shot, because he just becomes immersed in these different personalities. You just buy that there's 4 different people who just all happen to look like Michael Keaton. It's not a groundbreaking comedy film, it has to be said, but it's worth a few giggles, particularly the character of 4, who's the 4th clone. 4 is endlessly quotable. I'm sorry, Steve.
That leg's gonna have to come off.
Then came Bedazzled, and that may have been his last film before he unfortunately passed away. Bedazzled, in case you don't know, is a remake of a film that was a vehicle for Peter Cook and Dudley Moore. And I love Peter Cook and Dudley Moore. They're brilliant, they were a brilliant comedic duo. Evidently, Harold Ramis was also a big fan of Peter Cook and Dudley Moore. And Bedazzled was a film about a man who's really, he's a doormat, really. He's overlooked in life. He gets the opportunity to sell his soul to the devil in exchange for 7 wishes. And the devil is played by Elizabeth Hurley, and the man is played by Brendan Fraser. And again, it's a bizarre concept. It goes to some very strange and exaggerated places. But yeah, I like it. It's still got some laughs in it. It's not what I would call an example of Harold Ramis's best work. I like Brendan Fraser. I've always liked Brendan Fraser. I liked him in the Mummy movies. I liked him as George, the Jungle. He's an endearing guy. Journey to the Center of the Earth, though. Wow. Anyway, yeah, if you get an opportunity to look at Harold Ramis's work, absolutely give it a look and laugh your head off and thank me later.
Parents didn't believe in toys.
You mean you never even had a slinky?
We had part of a slinky, but I straightened it.
Anyway, that's all we got for this episode of Hang the Critic. I hope you join us next time. Hope you like, hope you subscribe, hope you follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, leave a comment, keep watching movies, and I'll see you when I see you.
Phil Connors, I thought it was you.
Ned Ryerson.
Yeah.
I have missed you so much. I don't know where you're headed, but can you call in sick?
Go watch Groundhog Day.